says go. Okay. It should be on now.
Are we on?
I don't know.
Let us know if we're on, please, people. I can see. I've got my little screen there. We're not on.
Wait. It's going live. It's going live. I think we're live.
Do you remember Philip Schofield on Going Live?
No. What's that?
Oh, we are live. Yeah, we are. I can see
yes!
there. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Do you notice anything different about us? I don't know. Little visual gag. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Oh, great. Oh, that's good. Oh. God, I'm getting quite a delay here.
There's always a delay between the messages.
Yeah.
Hello.
It got...
Hello. Yeah, that's Ducker. Oliver Park Gailey.
All right.
Is that that's kind of posh?
Seven viewers so far. Seven viewers. Not doing it. Let's get up. Let's get double figures, maybe.
Oliver, do you own a country mansion? I just wondered. No, I'm joking. Wagyu. Little monkey fellas. Yeah.
All that. So as you can see, we are supporting the little necktie and if us we have toilet roll.
Yes.
Do you know the good thing about this is I can actually use this when I'm in the bathroom, and it's just always there.
You say can, but we actually just did because we went for a quick wee, and we both used part of our tie.
Yeah.
Hello, Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy. So this is basically we're doing this in place of a live show, which would have been in London tomorrow, and we're very sad about that, but also relieved.
Was anyone coming to that?
Yeah, it would come to that. But what sort of name is that? Yes, this is kind of like a live show, but without being live. So we're not putting anyone in danger.
We are live, though, aren't we?
Not that anyone would have listened.
No, I wouldn't have, to be honest.
Thanks, Boris. Yeah. Oh, bloody government.
That's political. That's XFM news in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a Christmas show as well.
Can you put
a bit Christmassy?
Can you put me on mute on your YouTube, Gary? Because I can hear myself.
There's no YouTube. Oh, hang on. Let me just say. Oh, there's nothing coming from here. Sorry, there was. It was me.
Thought that might be the case. Satire.
Hang on. Hang on.
I'm on there.
Yeah, no, it's gone. You got to do it down.
Cheers.
Yeah, you're right. You were right. I did.
I am always right. I am always right. When will you get that around your head?
That is satire. A bit of satire there, Oliver Park Gailey. How are you all today? How's it going?
Is anyone drinking? Is anyone having a little bev?
Yeah, if you've got a drink.
Oh.
Hello, Ducker. Thanks for joining.
Chop juice.
Only Harry Hill can do that.
Yeah.
Justice.
So as you can see, Gary,
we're talking over each other.
Get used to that.
We did it again.
I've had a haircut, Gary.
And I'm wearing a shirt. Yeah, you're wearing a shirt. Take your tie off because I want them to see you're wearing a proper shirt.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah, but
And I had a shave, and it was one of those shaves, when you accidentally shave, and I was like, oh, too much, oh, too little. Then it's a little.
Yeah, he's only got a little sort of. It looks like a little sort of like someone who would go ride through the forest on a horse and kind of steal bags of money from wealthy people.
Forget Robin Hood. Let's rob Barclays, mate.
Let's rob Barclays. Oh, it would have been great.
Do you want to see?
Thank you, Ducker. That would have been thank you.
Do you want to see how prepared I am, Gary, for today's show?
Is he going to do a backflip?
Go up. My housemate's downstairs, and that's where the fridge is. So I needed to, in case something happens and I'm not funny or interesting enough, I need some more drinks, which is very likely to happen. I've got a little ice bucket.
Oh my goodness. Little ice bucket. What is this, Soho, Soho on a Saturday night at 3 a.m,
It might as well be.
Private restroom.
Yeah, and also my girlfriend's out, so slag her off as much as we want.
Can I say this? His girlfriend got a job. She literally, she just has to stand there. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to go too far. So you can cut that bit out.
I can't cut it out, can I? Because it's live.
Oh yeah. But I didn't name her.
No, that's
anyway.
Good.
Pop the cork on your head. Yeah, absolutely. We could have popped the cork
little
on
round
head. Mars, is
your? It's not big. It's just round. Yeah.
Is your hair's? What do you think of Miles's hair? Because he's very.
We don't do that. That's not,
no. I want to see what.
Do you know?
Because
No,
I think it's great. It looks like.
Thanks so much.
You know, who I don't know. One of the celebrities, you know, would have their hair like that.
Yeah. Well, I was getting worried because every time I go to the hairdresser, I'm like, "Sir, can you just check the state of my hairline?"
Oh, I do that. Yeah.
I get so anxious. He's like, has that removed? This is so vain. So I'm so sorry. Dave Hill from Slade. They talk like that as well.
Dave Slade.
Yeah.
I like that as a name.
How have you been, Gary? Anyway, how's
yeah,
it
not
going?
too bad, mate. Not too bad. Been enjoying the Chess World Championship. I don't know if anyone else has.
No.
I know Miles does, like every day. But
what happens? Tell us a bit about the World Chess Championships. Who attends?
Well,
what's the road out like?
There's two players. There's a champion and a challenger. So
yeah.
The challenger is trying to get the crown off the champion, and they play 14 games over about 3 weeks. So they have some rest days, and they battle. The battle commences every day. And
are you partaking in it this year, or are you?
No, I went to the last one. I went to the last one. It's in Dubai, so I can't really pop over. That little Saudi Arabian fella we've got.
Yeah, he might pop up. It's quite close, isn't it? Yeah. Are you getting better at chess? Do you notice a progression in your abilities?
Yeah, I could show the listeners my progression chart if you maybe. How can I do that? No one's interested. No one's interested. No, I think there would be, but yeah, you do get better. But as you get better, like at the beginning, you get better a lot, and then it peaks off. So it's a peak, you know. So you kind of plateau. But obviously, if I started as a kid, I might be a lot better. But there's a ceiling. Queen's
in a basement with a creepy old fella.
I like that. Oh, I love
that. Was a good show, actually.
I've got seeing Pete on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm seeing Pete, but I was wondering what you're doing because you talk about what happened last year because this is a Christmas show. I'm seeing Pete. I'm seeing a friend, a mutual friend of ours, and I'll just do that. That's what I'm happy with. But what are you doing this year, and why is it different from last year? You tell us.
Well, the bloody government, eh? Last year. Again, get back to that. So. No, I'm going back home, mate. Back to Ipswich.
Oh, thank you, Voice and Razy. Oh, sorry, I was just...
Yeah, it's good to pay attention to me.
I look very... Yeah, sorry. But, sorry, go on.
Yes, are you listening? You. That's good.
I am listening. I am listening. Sorry, I wasn't.
I'll go to my sister's house, and she's ordered the King Arthur beef rib. So we're going to have a lot of beef.
That's like my auntie.
A lot of cold cuts.
A lot of cold cuts the next day and things.
Yeah, right? They're my favourite. I mean, I was actually outside. I went to the theatre last week, and I got chatted to like this absolute crazy mentalist who was just talking about how turkey curry was like the best thing ever. It's just kept wittering on to me.
It's quite good. It's quite good. But I mean, I wouldn't talk to someone I didn't know about it. You know, I'll keep those chats with people I know. Usually about turkey curry. It's only bizarre people. Did you?
But then we'll do.
Go to watch Bottom. Yeah, he was watching Bottom. Probably.
We went to. So yeah, I'll be doing that, and then got to do prezzies for little ones. So that'll be amusing.
Don't you just I like Ricky kind of buy them some scratch cards or something. That's what I do. Like it's literally
No, my sister does do that. They do put scratch cards underneath the table mats.
Oh really? For the children?
No,
and also his sister has a bar in her house or outside.
It's in the shed, and it's quite good though. Like you got all the optics, cocktail makers. I'm enjoying that.
What else do you need, mate?
Well,
got to put a Sauvignon Blanc for Gary. Yeah, you did invite me, but no.
Imagine that. How weird would that be? It's my +1. It's my girlfriend and my mate.
And me, yeah. But hang on, what did you do on your 30th birthday? Did you go with your girlfriend somewhere to a nice retreat or something?
The villa that we went to after could only sleep 6.
That's what he's saying to his girlfriend because I came. I was in the villa.
Oh, she was. Yeah, I mean, she was beside herself with rage and. Quite rightly so.
Quite rightly as well. I spent Miles' 30th birthday with him in a romantic spa. what would have otherwise been a romantic. It wasn't between us.
I always resent that when we went to that I kept ordering just like pints and pints of just like generic beer. I didn't like lavishly spend out once on like a decadent cocktail. I hate myself.
But your beer was about £8. Like the beer was,
and I didn't enjoy any of them.
Expensive.
I didn't enjoy any of them. Why you could go to like the most high grade hotel and they've always got like the worst beer selection.
Heineken wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like Heineken or Kronenberg. It's like we can do better than that, can't we?
Well, I had some nice wine. I don't know if it's nice or not, but it tasted alcoholic. It tasted sort of alcohol, so that was
yeah. What are we talking about today? So we're gonna do a little best. It's like a sort of best of, aren't we?
It's a bit of a loose chat. So if you want us to talk about anything, do let us know in the chat. I can see the chat's kind of stopped up a bit. Like there's not much going on. So, but we're
not really saying anything interesting.
Well, we will be talking about stuff that might be interesting about the Christmas shows in general. Although it's not a review show, it's not a normal review show because when it's in Miles's head that he's got to edit this, it's not good for him. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, so he wants to. No, I wouldn't either. To be fair, so we're just going to put this out. It's not a normal review show.
No,
our next show might be Christmas Day. We might do Christmas Day.
Might do. No, we've got enough here. So I've got a few little points that I want to sort of bring up and get your opinion on, Gary. And then
go for it, mate. Go for it.
Yeah. And then actually, for all the listeners out there, all 11 of you. I've got a little quiz for you.
10 actually. 10. Someone dropped off.
Stand corrected. So I've got a little quiz for you. So do stay tuned for that. And then we do have a little bit of XFM in the community as per always. So
absolutely.
So let's kick us off, right? So
does it involve condoms?
No.
I'm just trying to get.
That might be one of the answers.
Boots have an industrial-sized pack of condoms on sale. They do actually, Wagyu, but I don't get them because I don't need them because there's never no chance. Do you know what I mean of that happening?
It's no loss to London.
No loss to any woman.
So I've been, as what normally happens this time of year, I'm starting to rewatch The Office. As is my sort of annual tradition, and it's really nice actually because this year BBC are putting them out sort of weekly as they kind of would have gone out all those years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah, but they're also like front ending it with a little pre-seal, like a little retrospective from Ricky and Steve that are kind of like cut-ups from A Night at the Office and all of the past interviews. Good, so you get it really sets the episode in context when you watch it and like their feelings about it. And have you listened to the Stephen Merchant interview on Word and Blog yet?
No, I haven't listened. I haven't not.
It's really good, man.
We're jealous, aren't we?
Guys.
We are jealous. We want Stephen or Carl or Ricky, obviously.
I did go back to them and I said you're only allowed 2 questions max on the XFM shows. Got to say something for us.
I know.
Peasants.
But he didn't ask too much about it, I
good.
hear. So we've got enough material to work with. It's just we don't have, or consent or authority to go.
I don't know how to get him as well. Like, because I've tried everything. I've tried tweeting him relentlessly. Tried the agents, got shut down straight away.
Well, sweet. You don't want to tweet him relentlessly. I mean, I've said that before. You tweet people. Miles will get drunk and then email like the head of Virgin Radio or something, just some random person who wasn't even involved in XFM and try and get them on. And he got one. You got one, didn't you? He was like some DJ.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, some DJ. I think he's called Steve Taylor, and he used to work at XFM during those heady days. And apparently, he was produced by Ricky, if you can believe it. But yeah, he seemed marginally interesting on coming on the show. So you get what you get. You get what you can, don't you? But we've got Robin. Robin's interested.
Oh, Robin Ince. Robin Ince will come on, yeah. He'll come on willingly. Will be willingly. His little thumbs. I shouldn't do that because I don't want him to see. It's funny because we're getting Robin on basically. There's the one anecdote we need to. There's 2 anecdotes: ham round the anus and the little thumbs. But how can we get that? How can we, listeners? If you've got any ideas, how can we get those in? How can we get those references in? Because we need to justify having Robin on, but without upsetting Robin, because obviously Robin doesn't remember those times. So
no, I want to talk to Robin about. Do you remember Carl dissing you at the pub?
But that's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
The funny thing is though, like these memories are really like precedent in our mind. They're like at the forefront. For him, that was probably just a dodgy night out.
Exactly, it's
really
just
badly.
A tiny little.
Just that he'll remember it.
Your brain deletes them automatically. You don't know.
Exactly. But it's been a joy watching like The Office together, and every time I watch it and I stand with, you notice like little things and just like little looks that each of the characters give each other, particularly. And what I've particularly noticed this time is just the role that the camera plays and the actual context of the show and the way it's filmed is that documentary format, and just like little looks like when when they do Kisses for a Pound.
Oh yeah.
And Dawn does, and there's just that extended, her hands sort of shake a little bit as she kind of moves them from Tim's head as she's like gone in for like a really like deep, passionate kiss. And it's just like, oh my god! And I had chills watching that.
The camera's important, like how, and also when The Office, one thing that you don't notice as you're watching is that it moves like this, kind of around about this sort of like a human would if they were doing a documentary. But it's kind of, you don't notice that, but it makes it feel more like a documentary. Do you know what I mean? It goes like this, sort of up and down, just slowly,
Yeah, it's just got that janky kind of hand.
But yeah, that tune with absolutely. I'll watch that back again. I haven't watched it for a while.
Oh, it's so good.
Always worth watching The Office, rewatching The Office. What's your favourite Christmas TV pastimes, listeners? Let's know. All 11 of you. There's 11 again, so we're up.
I mean, in our house, it's basically Father Ted, Royal Family, Christmas special.
Of course it is.
Office will definitely get another mention. It used to be Doctor Who, but I don't watch that anymore.
Really? Is it because you don't agree with sort of gender fluidity?
No, look, the Doctor is androgynous. He or they can be whoever they want to be.
It's weird. But your natural instinct was like he, so that's like it's still in your head. So probably you've got issues there you need to resolve, mate. No,
I think you've really got to not have much going on in your life if that bothers you.
No, but I think you've got to really have not much going on in your life if you watch Doctor Who at any point with any doctor. I don't understand.
What are your TV televisual memories or things that you do?
Bit of snooker, the Scottish Masters.
Darts? That's the thing, isn't it?
Darts is how do you know that? Darts World Championship.
I mentioned it on Atletico Mints.
Okay, because they do Adrian Lewis as well. It's funny he knows that. Darts is good. There's chess tournament in January. Yeah, I don't really anything but Mrs. Brown's Boys. Well, Oliver, we love Mrs. Brown's Boys here, Miles and I. We actually adore it.
Have you ever watched an episode of Mrs. Brown's Boys?
I have never watched a full episode, no, but I've seen a little bit there. Seen her a little bit there. Apparently there's two people on the show, or one they split up or something. He split up with some woman who worked on it, or someone split up with someone. That's what I saw. Darts players would be good at the traditional British wrestling stomach butt. Yes, I'm good at stomach butt. Like good. As Miles will testify. Yeah. I don't really watch TV at Christmas, no. But Christmas is like the snowman, what other things are traditional,
I quite like the snowman, actually. I used to find it so annoying.
Oh, it's great, yeah. You don't like it now? Or you do like it now?
I like it more now. I think it's just that, I think it's too wholesome. I've got such a problem with things that are just... I like a bit wholesomeness, but that's just too, like...
Yeah, the snowman should do a bit of crack on the way up. Just do some crack.
No, on the subject of, so I've got different, XFM gifts. I think are a big part of the Christmas shows more generally. What are some of your favourite gifts that the boys give each other, or their
Christmas?
Partners?
For Christmas, what does Steve? I mean, it's not the sparkling wine's obviously nice. Too cheap to waste on. I love
that too, actually.
Yeah, that's a good gift. Just still got in the fridge.
He's quite cheap, isn't he, Carl? Well, he's as cheap as Steve, actually, I think.
Yeah, they're both. That's why it's funny, because they both wouldn't. He said, I do like Steve saying, "Yeah, didn't get anything for your girlfriend, Carl." This isn't like me being posh. This is just my mum bought this for me when I moved into the flat 8.5 years ago, and I still haven't opened it.
What?
It's like proper champagne. Like,
what did you have a glass now? Wealthy.
No. I just...
Well, it's this time to celebrate, mate.
Shall I shake it up? Okay, if enough listeners want me to open that, I will. Oh, Ducker. Yeah, that's true. That's my mum's bought me that. It's proper champagne as well.
But I think the fact that Steve buys Carl a present is really sweet at the start of their
I
relationship.
do love Steve's. You didn't buy for your girlfriend, Carl. I know you didn't buy anything for me. That's just, I love that quote. That's really my favourite Christmas gift quote. But other than that, they don't really buy each other much. Like Ricky doesn't buy Carl stuff for Christmas. And Ricky's bought for his birthday a bow and arrow. You know, that's a good present. But
yeah. Well, it's like but I like it's when
Xfm mouse mate.
But it's the presents that Carl gets for Susan. I still can't get over the condoms thing. And like, was he doing that as a joke gift? Because he says that it wasn't.
Yeah,
a joke
he
gift.
knows. He knows enough to know that would be funny to be told.
Yeah.
You know, to be retold.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if I buy that though. I just don't.
What do you think in contrast to that? What's your thoughts then?
Well, I just think it was a weird thing to buy your girlfriend, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's weird. But I mean, what do you think he genuinely?
Yeah, but also it feeds the impression he either did it because they didn't get too much sex or not enough. It's one of the two.
But anyway, I don't want to get too much onto the condom. But I thought, after that long in a relationship, don't you think usually you wouldn't be using those anyway? I don't think he needed them. I don't think you don't use them anyway. That's kind of a.
I didn't know that condoms actually have an expiration date. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had one in my wallet for so long it expired. I did, seriously. Yeah.
No, I mean. Mine are pretty much expired now anyway. Like dust.
Yeah, they do. They get they kind of go like they crumble. They crumble.
What did David Mitchell's character say in Peep Show? Is that Old Susie or something? Old I can't remember what it's called.
Tumour Fish has got an interesting point. I think it's genuine his best effort. Yeah. I know what you mean.
The best that he could do. But actually, Carl is actually very thoughtful when it comes to presents with his girlfriend. Because you're absolutely right. You kind of go in all when you first meet someone, and then it does sort of fade away as you go through the years, and it becomes that that classic politics of buying gifts. You've got to match the other person's amount. Like you've really got to go in with straight. You've got to set your standards at the start when you get into a relationship. It's like, okay, are we going to get each other presents this year? Yes. Should we set a limit?
I love Carl's honesty in that. Like, he's like, I don't want to give her a present that she might not give me back, like the value back, He's so honest about that.
That is unbelievable.
It could be his genuinely best effort. Tumour Fish. I love that.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great name?
I've got to tell you this, though. Yesterday I went...
And thank you, Voiced and Razy. That's a good name as well.
I think that's ironic.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, he's saying it to you as well.
So I got tickets to Hania Rani, which is this classical pianist. I think we spoke about it on the show a few weeks ago.
I know Tumour Fish.
And
go on.
And
go on.
We went to so she's just announced another oh god, what was
tour.
Yeah, another tour. Sorry. So I bought the tickets for that. And that was like 50 quid. And then yesterday, my girlfriend said, "Should we get Chinese?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can treat me." She was livid
because you bought the £50 tickets to the.
I was like, that really was one of those times. Do you remember that time when I bought those £50 tickets? Because you get me a Chinese.
I pay for piano player. You pay Chinese.
You pay for chow mein. So
thank you, Duka. It's enjoying its drink. It's like having a drink with you guys. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. You haven't picked up and left.
The Canfield episode, Tumour Fish, actually, that's one. Yeah, I'm not. We're coming up to the Canfield episode in 2 episodes' time. I have hardly ever listened to that
once. I think
I did, so I didn't know. Yeah, I think
it's weird with the one because it's weird because it actually does work with Claire Sturgis, I feel, when she comes in to guest present, produced. But when Ian Camper
Sturgis, if you're listening, if you want to come on anytime, just let us know.
I actually want Sturgis more than. I think in a way I kind of want her more than Stephen Carl. I mean, I want Carl, and then
it'd be Stephen Carl at the top. Sturgis would be great.
Sturgis has got like a good insight into the radio because she's actually still broadcasting on Absolute and everything.
Yeah.
So I think
Sturgis would be great for our bottom line, basically. Our bottom line, as in Patreon. No, I'm joking. I'm only kidding. By the way, on Patreon, if you do want to join us on Patreon, and if you want to pay a little bit extra, some people do, some people don't. You know, it's not their thing. But Mars, if you got a link to Patreon, our Patreon,
I can put it to this.
Post it in the chat. Yeah, post it in the chat.
Yeah, what now?
Or shall I find it? I'll find it.
No, don't. We're wasting time.
We're wasting valuable time that they want. Okay, I can still talk to you, but I'm just...
She'll be shooting up in a car park. Straight on the vein. Yeah. Bit cooked up. What do you make of Carl's Christmas memories as a child? I think we've spoken about like the Victoria Plum and on the subject of gift buying when he says, you know, he's got that bad trauma of he's been stung once, so he doesn't agree with gift buying.
It's so funny. It's so honest. He's so honest about that.
But it's so observant that Ricky says it's because you know, like people talk about child abuse and things like that. He's just bad gift buying.
Bad gift buying.
Which is true.
But it is kind of like, yeah, he's very honest. I admire his honesty very much with that.
I mean, I think we said it last time, but I do. His idea that Christmas where all of the family come round to the house and they're all loud and drunk downstairs, and when you're a child and you don't understand that that's what adults do and that's their life. Like, at least us as adults, I go to my sister's shed to get pissed whilst the kids are asleep.
What are you thinking about?
But for him, just think how I'll just watch TV and have some sausages.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
And you're looking there, your Victoria Plum. Do you have that Prezi, by the way, that you didn't you purchase a few things for the live show?
Yeah, they haven't arrived yet. It's lucky we're not doing it. I got some mouse mats made. Some mouse mats made. I got a Victoria Plum that hasn't even seen.
That's where your Patreon money goes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Did the plum doll come?
Let me show you what was going to be on the mouse mat. I'll show you this little treat. So,
what are you sending?
Can you see that?
No. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought you could see that.
I wouldn't try and do anything technical.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've tried to be too clever there.
You know, we're losing. We're hemorrhaging. Come on, man.
We're hemorrhaging. We're peaking at 11. Peaked at 11. You can't give us that. It's a piece of foam.
I love that. Are you into the whole Christmas jumper? What's your opinion on Christmas jumpers? And
well, I wear a t-shirt and turn the heating up, so I don't wear a Christmas jumper. So I turn the heating very high. It's bad for the environment. I don't care. I don't care, to be honest. No, I don't wear Christmas jumpers. But okay, if you want a bit of fun, I assume your family gives them out or something. Christmas jumper, little reindeer.
I always feel a little bit embarrassed wearing a Christmas jumper, which is very. I just feel so awkward. Like everyone's looking at you. It's just the worst thing.
Yeah,
I hate it. I really. I try not to. I used to be so much more like Ricky when he was younger. Like wear the most, loud and avant-garde clothing just to get the attention. Yeah, the bullshit. But now I really. That's why I live in London, because I just wanted that. Anonymity. I wanted to
anonymity. But he's wearing a very fancy shirt, listeners.
Yeah, but this isn't going to stand out, is it? It's not like
with the haircut and the glasses,
jumper with bells on and a little sound effect.
No, I think it will do stand out like that. Actually,
no.
But this won't. This is like someone said earlier. This is like, what are you doing dressed like that? And I feel bad now. But anyway, I'm going to take this off. So this is a little. This little tie made of
take it off actually as well.
Too hot. a little joint joke, Christmas joke that didn't go down with anyone.
Can you do a tie? Are you good at doing ties?
Yes, I can do. I just did it. I did a tie there. There's a knot.
It's an Oxford tie.
Hang on, you went to school. I know in Ipswich they don't have proper running water.
They don't have
but
schools,
they do have ties. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
So why can't you do a tie?
No, we never did ties. It was polo top.
You never had ties?
No.
Really?
No blazers or anything. We were very working class.
It's not working class. It's just like.
Well, they didn't give a shit, really. It was a bit cheap. Do you know, I do get this. Do you remember, like,
Thanks, Ducker. Thank you. Such cool ties you guys are. Oh, thank you. Really
do you remember, though, when you,
Thank you.
I do remember buying Christmas, like, school uniforms. Do you remember those shops?
Yeah.
And there's specific shops that you have to go to. And there's one around the corner from me, and I always, just a little smile comes to my face when I think of all those new parents having to take their children.
And you don't have to do it. You're like, I'm not a new parent.
But the queues are like literally down the road to buy a fucking brand to think where I actually think like you could actually just. I can't imagine. Why don't you just take the branding off and just sew it on?
You could stitch it on if you're a parent with any means, to do that.
Yeah.
But most people can't do it. So they're like they'll stand in a queue for 10 hours.
Well, I'm cheap. I'm
badly. Badge that says Copley High, on it or whatever. Copley High. But yeah, they were horrendous. Where you have to go to the shop, and then there's always people from school, and you're like, "Oh, hi," because you never see them out, and you're like, you see their mums and dads, and you're like, "Oh no, I don't want to see this."
No, I'm not.
Mars, I need a wee. But I'm not gonna. I should have gone. I do.
I knew you were gonna do it. I knew you were gonna do that.
That's what I was saying. No, I do. But last time it was you who did it. But I'm not gonna go. Anyway, join our Patreon.
All right, they're enjoying this first. Let's not plug something else. So worst Christmas.
He thinks he knows how to do this stuff. God, you do actually. You do actually. Yeah.
So I was listening to the Radio 2 shows, and we did actually do a special podcast on the Radio 2 shows.
We did.
Do go back and check that out.
Mars, so tell us when were they broadcasted, and why is it Christmas related? It is Christmas. I know it's not a rhetorical question, but they were broadcasted. You don't need the exact dates, but they were 2005, weren't they? December.
Yeah, I think so. They're just on like the podcast. So it was like quite. Oh no, the podcast was later than that, wasn't it?
No, it's before.
It was after XFM.
Was it Russell Brand show they were sitting in?
No, Jonathan Ross.
No, not Russell.
Jonathan
Ross. That's it.
Yeah. So they were stepping in for Jonathan Ross. I think that was just shortly after Carl had left XFM. And the two things that I love from that show, they ask listeners, what's the worst Christmas gift you've ever received? And I want to know, Gary, what's the worst Christmas gift you've ever received?
Oh, goodness me.
There's a
I've
lot
got
of
some unwearable socks.
Yeah, but this is the best thing about Christmas. Yeah.
No, that's not, because you pressed a button on them and they lit up. But you couldn't put them through the washing machine, so you had to wash them by hand.
That's worse than the comical jumper, that is.
I don't know. I'm thinking, what else did I get? I got Mario 2 when I had a Sega. I had a Sega, but someone got me the wrong brand of present.
Did it have a RAM pack, or did you have to go to
I was sick. I just was sick. No, yeah, I guess Mario when I had a Sega, so I couldn't play it. What about you? You've obviously thought about this.
No, it's my uncle's. My uncle, I won't go into too much detail, but he buys me just the strangest books and videos. Like he'll buy me like a Dwayne Johnson like DVD, and I've never expressed an interest in Dwayne the Rock Johnson. But he'll also buy me like just odd autobiographies of like Bobby Charlton. I don't know who that is.
So funny, like I could just imagine you getting an autobiography of Bobby Charlton. Like the universe they don't touch in those ways. They don't touch those things. Miles and Bobby Charlton.
No, the best one was he got me. Like he's a very strange guest. He at least got me like Matt Lucas's autobiography like last year. I was like, okay, phew. At least that's like comedian. Probably wouldn't ever read it, but at least it's there if I want it.
Yeah.
And then just the really obscure sports personalities. I'll probably get From the Wood to the Tee with.
Good. Yeah, that was. But I once got GTA. That's Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? London for PS1 without having the original required. So basically, I got a disc in a box. Oh, Tumour Fish. Well, That's probably, now I understand your name a bit more. It's a bit, it's kind of like a long-term depression.
I wanted
No,
to see
that's exactly similar to me. I got the Nintendo game when I had a Sega. So
I mean, video games are quite a big thing, aren't they, for younger lot? And it's weird actually because it kind of hasn't changed. It's still. I mean, my God, I don't want to ruin their Christmas now. I'm not they're going to watch this, but my nephew, he's going to get an iPad. He's like 4.
He's come on stream with me, not stream, but
oh yeah, that guy
has insulted me like when we were doing the show. Yeah. Oh, an iPad. Yeah, I know. Well, the kids, you have to these days. You have
these days, isn't it?
I mean, you don't. Yeah, but it's like for us, for me particularly, it just wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been on. There would have been no such thing as until I was like, late 20s, and particularly not for school children. But that's the kids today. It's not really a comment on him or his mum. It's more kids today in general. Maybe it is comment on his mum. And have you got a number, by the way?
Or my sister. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
That would be
my sister.
Oh, I don't want to go.
You'd be what, my step brother?
Oh, no, I'd be step uncle. Would I?
Oh.
No,
brother you'd be, wouldn't you? My sister.
Oh, I don't want to be a step brother.
No.
Could I just not be a step brother?
Co-podcaster is enough. I wanted to see, Gary, did you ever do a nativity play?
Oh yeah. I did the thing like Carl. I did the I was supposed to be doing something and I ended up doing, what did I do? I was doing the narrator.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely put you as narrator.
I was going to be a tree.
Yeah,
just dressed in brown. Tree. Like,
that's not what you do most
dress
days.
In brown. Stop, don't talk. And then I did the narration.
Oh,
for the whole thing. What about you? Did you do a nativity?
I think I dressed up like a fox or one of the animals in the setting of Jesus Christ. It was never.
What do you mean a fox? There's no fox in the story.
Something like that. It was like a badger or. It wasn't. What does he say? Yes. It was a big.
Big Susie Dibblethwaite's beaver.
No, he says some sort of otter. It wasn't it. It's not an otter.
It's not an otter.
It's not. No,
that's one of my favourite ever quotes from him. Yeah.
I played an innkeeper refusing Mary and Joseph admittance to the inn once. That was a big year.
So, oh yeah,
that's like St Andrew's Church in Ipswich, which was always a highlight. That was very much the start of my showbiz career, and it's gone downhill ever since then.
He was a big hit. It was a big thing in
big.
Suffolk.
I really wanted this is how bad it was in our school. There was they basically give all of the kids who kind of were a bit excluded or a bit eccentric like roles in the play. Yeah, and in the Year 6 musical, they did a mixture of, I think I've said this before, but it was a mixture of A Midsummer Night's Dream with the music of Grease. It's really, really odd. And I really wanted to be Puck, the fairy.
It's not funny.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to be.
There
was a song. It was you know the song "Beauty School Dropout," "Beauty School Dropout," and but they did it, but they changed the words. They just replaced beauty of like fairy or something.
Christmas
and try and relate it to.
Yeah.
And there was a bit in it where I had to pretend to do a cartwheel.
How can you pretend to do a cartwheel?
Yeah,
to do a cartwheel?
They wanted to basically all of the fairies were doing a cartwheel, and then Puck was meant to be in with the other fairies, but he wasn't as good as the other fairies, so then he had to do a bad cartwheel, and I couldn't actually do a cartwheel. But it's bad to be able to do a cartwheel and then do it badly, whereas I just did it badly, and I literally just sort of fell.
But that's not pretending to do a cartwheel. That's trying to do a cartwell. You can't pretend to do a cartwheel. So I was actually in character. It was very method, actually. Oh, look, listen. I'm going to pretend to do a cartwheel now.
Oh, don't do that. I actually want to see that gone.
I'm doing it now, pretending. But you can't pretend. Right. You either do it or you don't.
Yeah, I didn't. But then there was the other kid. He was Oh, I don't know if I can say this.
Oh no! Don't say anything. It's libel. No, don't. I don't want to libel anyone who's still possibly working in the industry. Or
no,
not.
That was bad.
He was a little weak kid, I assume.
Yeah, but that was a good year.
Oh, thank you for
I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. I don't know. It's just fun, isn't it? When you it is that. It was quite sad actually. I had a few friends at work saying they couldn't watch their children in the nativity because it is quite.
Why?
A big
The regulations allow it. The regulations allow
yeah,
it.
But the schools wants to ban it.
Still, they don't want it. Yeah, quite right.
It's quite sad because it is quite a big thing when your parents watch you.
Yeah,
those
I
things.
guess
It does do loads of stuff for your self-esteem, doesn't it? I think.
Not Carl.
That's
probably ruined his. That's probably defined him as a person more than any event in his in his history.
I know.
But yeah, it does. It's nice. It's nice.
And also the big thing that I like about the XFM, the Radio 2 shows, is when Carl leaves XFM, he's given a wrapped camera, and he gives the camera to Suzanne.
Yeah.
And that's because he asked for a camera because he knew Suzanne wanted one and just passed it on to save a bit of money.
Yeah.
That is so thrifty, isn't it?
That's so Carl. And that's such a true story. It's not like bullshit him just saying that to be funny. It's clearly true.
It's quite clever though, really.
Yeah. I mean, but that's funny because the funny thing, on the actual XFM shows, they're kind of talking to him. They're saying, "Oh yeah, just wrap up that box of chocolates that Foxton sent you or whatever, and give that to Suzanne." And then he ends up actually doing it with something. But, I like on the XFM shows where Steve. Okay. Oh yeah, it's okay. Because you're still giving someone something. All right, you've got it for free, but you still. Well, I could have that. I could have that camera, take pictures with it, you know. But you're kind of giving it away. So
for one of those times where you leave your flat, which is none.
I leave my flat every third Tuesday of the year. Actually, as it happens, we're up to 12 listeners now. We're at our peak. This is our highest.
Now people watch after.
Thank you.
They'll watch after. What were you saying?
I don't know. We weren't saying anything, but we're both just going, What's the other one saying? That's why we've got 12 listeners now, you see, because it's such good banter, such good it's such telepathic.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying?
But no, I like on the as we're talking about the Radio 1 shows, Radio 2, that when Steve talks about him and his sister arguing about Jesus. That I can believe, because as I said to your fair, I think Steve's the best at telling anecdotes about his childhood. Carl had the most interesting, so Carl has the most interesting, we know that, but Steve is the best at telling them. And it's not a huge anecdote, this one, but it's just kind of like, well, you say, what does he say? Like,
I know he said they're talking about Jesus, and then he says,
talking about Jesus.
This is not the time. She said, "Can you two stop arguing? This is not the time to argue."
Nor the place, and quite rightly, I think they say,
but I think you would miss. You would miss like the Christmas arguments, I think, if they weren't there, because that's part of the fun, isn't it? But I would have gladly taken an argument last year. I had to sit here and have an argument with myself, and then later you on a live show.
We spoke on Christmas Day. I did, and that was company. Nice.
Yeah, cheers. I never properly thanked you, did I?
No, never do for anything. But I'll probably be with you this Christmas Day as well. But that's less nice. Need.
That'd be good. Hey, do you want a little quiz, guys? Should we do
so we're going to do a little quiz, but it's for you. Categorically not for me, but Miles is going to ask me the questions. I'm going to go with what the listeners think. But yes, I agree with you. We'll do it one way or another. We'll do it.
So let's see, right? So there's 10 questions.
Can we? Oh no. Okay, I'm going to carry on with needing a wee.
We'll do the quiz and then we'll have a short comfort break. How about that?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
We're at Miles. We're at 13 listeners. Let's not fuck this up.
Right, come on.
Don't once a quiz. Yeah, once a quiz.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What two CDs? This is a simple one. Get a pen and paper, ladies and gentlemen. What 2 CDs did Carl get for Christmas from XFM?
Well, now shall I say or shall I wait? How should we do this, do you think?
You can say if you know. I'm
Best of Bob Marley and Kings of Leon. Best.
That's right.
He didn't really say, but just Kings.
There we go. Tuna Fish is on it straight away.
Well, Tuna Fish, that's quick. Because we don't see them straight away. So
absolutely. So, question number 2.
Daisy, got it. Bang.
Okay, people are engaged. This is good.
Well, we're down to 11. Let's go. No, it's good.
Okay. What was the name of the shop Carl went to buy the Victoria plum?
So I'll let you guys take
Gary did actually. I did test.
Who gets that first? I did. Yeah.
What was the name of the shop Carl went to buy Victoria Plum? He noted it was a cheap shop.
That's chimp shop. Snips, tuna fish. Well done. That's quick.
Okay. Okay. Number 3. What's the name of the restaurant that Carl takes Suzanne to, and then he royally fucks it up?
And I'll just say, it's not called Victoria's. It's in Victoria. Can I tell you about that anecdote? Because we're on it. Like, I still genuinely, I've listened to that so many times. I do not understand what quite went on that Carl. I still don't get whether they answered as Victoria. I don't understand the anecdote.
There's Christopher's in Victoria, and then there's Christopher's.
I know, but how did the mix-up happen? Because these are Christopher's Victoria, but like, why would you? I still don't get how that happened. And Christopher's, well done. Oh, Red Devils. I remember last time Red Devils, Mrs. Hagenbach's. And Natasha Christopher's, absolutely.
I actually think me and you should have our Christmas meal in Christopher's one year, Gary.
Oh, imagine that. I don't think they're still going, probably not. Bonus answer.
He thought the woman he was talking to was called Victoria. That's it.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I understand that, but I still don't understand how you don't question anything at all beyond that. I know it's Carl we're talking about. It's a bit stupid, but at what point does that stop? Like, you say, "Oh, I'll cancel the whole thing," because I just don't. I can't compute how that story happened. I believe it because I don't think they'd lie about it, but I still don't. I just don't get.
Well, that's a story for another day. Question number 4.
Listeners, can you help me?
They're trying
to do that for the next hour and a half.
Question number 4. This is a bit more difficult, but I like to keep. We've got to be balanced, don't we? Yeah. So Carl goes to see the band The Christians in which UK-based city? So this is when Carl's
do a multiple choice, Miles, because it's better. It's more engaging.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. So
yeah, go on. Think
Birmingham, Leeds, Liverpool, and York.
Okay, so go on, listeners. Whoever gets it first.
I can't even remember the multiple choice now.
No, it's Blackpool. It's not Blackpool.
It is a tricky one, but I thought this is the hardest they're going to get.
Who's going to...
Blackpool, no, incorrect.
I don't get that either. Not like Central London to Victoria so far. Tuna fish, I don't get it. What's going on? I don't understand how that anecdote came about. York, it's Liverpool.
No, it is Liverpool.
Ooh, we've had it.
You got it. Tuna fish was right in there. It's Liverpool.
Yeah, Red Devils, you're a bit...
That's as hard as it gets.
Oliver, they think it's York.
There's no way I would have got it. Okay, you'll know this one, Gary. Question number 5. Gervais berates Carl for a rockbuster by saying, "That is shit." But what was the rockbuster?
Yeah, I was saying.
I'm looking for the answer, not the clue.
It's 50 letters in there for Claire's desk. There's letters there for Claire's. No, you haven't embarrassed yourself, Oliver. We've embarrassed ourselves, actually, so don't worry about it. Foreigner, yeah. I don't think that's how it's spelled, but Tuna Fish got it.
It's foreigner.
That
is one of my favourite Ricky reactions.
They're all shit. That is shit, Carl. Because even Carl laughs at that. Carl laughs because it's Ricky. Ricky usually grabs for a word that's like not quite as naughty, or that is shite maybe, or something. But he just goes, "That is shit," and he just goes with shit. Carl. There's no other way you could describe it.
Okay, number 6. This is quite a tricky one, but again, trying to.
We're at 15 listeners. Go on.
Come on. Carl speaks to a jellyfish expert from Anglesey. What was her name?
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know.
I know, I'm sorry. I know, you wouldn't get this. I wouldn't get this.
It was so bad.
Who was it?
Oh.
Foreigner. Who is Claire Rayner as well?
That's like Claudio Rayner. I know Red Devils knows the goalkeeper, who that refers to, but...
an Anglesey expert, a jellyfish expert, making water.
Stumped with me.
That.
I stumped me that Tuna Fish. I don't. You should be the fish expert, Tuna Fish.
It would.
If we're gonna have one, if we're gonna have an expert, you should be it.
Oh, Jackie is so close. I'm sorry, Daisy. I know they're very hard.
These are Daisy. I genuinely read that. These are so hard. Do I get a moustache?
They do get easier. They do get easier. It was a bog standard old woman. Her name was Vicky. Okay. Okay, next one.
I think the
Question
name's
number 7.
Rachel. That's a lie. Red Devils, where did you get that from? Like, just you coming up with a name by chance.
Oh, what a catastrophe. There is a Guinness World Record for the amount of cat toes. And Carl goes, hang on, Ross McWhirter. My cat's got one extra than that. How many cat toes did the original cat have?
Okay, so go on. What are we thinking? I'm thinking mid-teens, mid to late teens, about 15. Oh, no, maybe
more than that. If you think
29.
29, 28, one less.
Okay, that's hard to get now. You've said that. Red Devils, you're excluded.
That's
from the
right.
quiz
The Red Devils is correct. It was 28
I know he is.
That's amazing that you got that. Well done.
Oh, Oliver.
The next one. If you got to think like 5, do cats have toes? Like, would you call it?
Sorry, are you asking me?
Would you call it? Yeah, but would you call it a toe? Yeah, but would
claws?
you call
they're claws, but they're still toes on the back.
Claw toes.
But do they have hands? No.
That's a good metaphysical question. Okay. Where does Carl take Suzanne on holiday for Christmas?
So not Suzanne, where Suzanne takes Carl for his birthday, because that's Suzanne's choice, isn't
Christmas, yeah. When they come back from New Year, Christmas. They've just been on holiday.
What do we think?
2003, I think.
What do we think, guys? One big pad. One big pad.
It's one big
That's quite funny. Lanzarote. Yeah.
It is Lanzarote.
Lanzarote, well done, Daisy.
Lanzarote. Menorca.
Menorca. No, that's a different one. Like Knopfler instrumentals.
I saw this on the Reddit page actually, and on
Barbados,
the there's a bit
Had about 9 holidays, yeah.
There was on the Outlaws. There's this bit, and I saw it on Reddit the other day, and it said they interview some old woman. She says, "Oh, I love going to Lanzarote. I go there every year," and I was like, "Oh, that is such a classic Carl callback."
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But it's funny because he was going to Lanzarote, and all the Ricky got all the listeners email in saying how shit it is. Like,
it is
that's
shit,
typical.
though,
like genuinely for saying how bad it was. So Carl genuinely went there.
My sister's she's gone to bloody St. Lucia.
But yeah, really?
Yeah, seriously, she's there now.
Why aren't you paying for my travel expenses? I don't know when we meet. If your sister's that rich,
they do all right. She does all right.
She's got a bar in the back garden.
How much were Suzanne's shoes?
Yeah.
Says it's that year where it says you get some food.
Yeah. A fed and clothed. A
fed and clothed.
Right. See down, bed the later. My gran used to go to the Canaries a lot. They're very much an OAP holiday destination. That's Canaries. Yeah. I think we Norwich. I'll go there and we'll be water there.
It was 72.
Yeah, there will be water there.
Well done.
72.
I bought some shoes. 72 quid.
I've never paid 72. Have you ever paid 72 quid on footwear? I think you never paid. I have.
No, I'm quite tight when it comes to footwear. Actually, I will wait till all the sales are on.
But women tend to not. This isn't a stereotypical thing, but no, it is sexist. I know. I'm saying that they tend to care more about shoes, if anyone does.
Most people have and most normal people. I don't know about that. Most people have at least 2 pairs of shoes, though, don't they? Like
I've got one, and I've got a pair of sandals, which I wear. Mars doesn't like it when I wear the sandals. He's like, "Why are your toes out?" I don't like it.
Why are your 27 toes out? Okay, yeah. Last question. You've all done very well. And then we'll have a little, and then we'll have a little comfort break.
I'll send a Twix to whoever gets the most right. Seriously, you can send me your address and I'll send you a Twix. Whoever gets. So I'm going to go back and count.
Okay.
This.
So number 10.
This is the tiebreaker.
This is for the Twix.
This is for the Twix.
Okay, number 10. Garlic bread is a catchphrase from which UK sitcom?
Oh.
I'm too old.
Oliver, are you too old? Come on, you're too young, surely.
Garlic
Twixes should be eaten by the older people.
It's funny man.
Oh, at least expensive.
I'd also
that Peter Kay thing. Well, that's true.
Yeah, I'd want to be sat next to him at a dinner party.
Yeah, Peter Kay thing.
Oh yeah, it is from his stand-up. You're right. You're right.
That's what it's from his stand-up.
Oh,
It's
fucking
not
hell.
from a TV show.
You've made
So
me
even the
look
questions are fucked. Like, if you haven't even got the
at...
questions that are actually
There was
valid.
Peter Kay. You're right. I should have said that. Okay, so forget that. That was rubbish. Let's have a break.
That was a tiebreaker as well. So who said Oliver? I think I'll send you a tweet.
I don't know.
Give me your address.
Let's
Not
put our
here,
mics off. Do we put our mics off? I'm gonna turn my camera off and
Oh yeah,
I'll mute,
yeah.
and then we'll
I'm
go and
I'm gonna leave my microphone on so you can hear me urinating, if that's okay.
Fucking hell!
Oh no,
Wait,
no, I won't do that.
I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Oh.
Let's
have
have 5
on stream.
No,
okay,
we'll
have 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Let's have 5 minutes. We'll see you in 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, but please stay with us.
Please do.
We're at 16. If it's any lower when we come back, I'm gonna cut my wrists. I mean it.
No, what the fuck?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
I'm kidding.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Right. Okay, see ya.
Hello. No. Well, I'm back at least on time.
I'm here.
Oh, well done. Thanks for turning up.
Wait. Let's see. Let's take stock of what I've received. 100 messages. Oh, that's okay. I thought the answer was going to be Scrooge. Oh yeah, he could have done Scrooge. That's shoddy workmanship from Miles.
Cheers.
No, I'm joking. He did a good quiz.
Thanks.
Just saucer of milk. People are saying saucer of milk. Yeah. Garlic bread, I believe, that originated from the stand-up and was subsequently referenced in Series 2, Episode 1 of Phoenix Nights. Was it Knopfler instrumentals? I can't remember it in Phoenix Nights. What context was it said in Phoenix Nights again?
I think it's Max and Paddy, isn't it? They go...
Is it? Yeah. See,
I don't know.
In what way is it referenced in Phoenix Nights? But yeah, I know it's from his stand-up originally, but they're referencing in extras as well as an example of shit sitcom with catchphrases. Yeah.
Gary,
what time do the two normally start with the stream? Not from UK, so it can be tricky. Red Devils. Wait. Red Devils. We normally start around 1, sort of 2, after we've had 7 or 8 glasses of wine each. So we need a bit of time from the afternoon to get that. No,
Gary,
did you? We in the sink. No, I have a fully functioning toilet. Terry.
Terry. Got a listener called
I have
Terry.
peed in the sink before. I was in a hotel, but it had a sink but no toilet. Yeah, shared toilet. I didn't realise that before I travelled, so I peed in the sink. Well, of course,
I quite like the name Terry. You don't hear it that much, do you, these days?
Yeah. Red Devils, is that good for you then? Terry, yeah, people at school call me Terry. I had a friend called Terry.
Let's play a quick game of Big Mother. Quick.
Hang on, wait, not for instrumentals. It was when Brian was trying to get the club back and running
after the fire,
and he's given his motivational speech. Yeah, I do vaguely remember now. Thanks, Knopfler.
I like that. Okay, so Simon Cowell, does he have a big mother?
We were going to do this on the live show. It's going to work much better.
Does he have a big?
No, it's not your fault. I'm just saying. I'm just allowing the audience to peek behind the curtain. No, he doesn't.
No, you're correct. Well done. She's not that big.
Yeah. Okay, it's all right. That's Big Mother, everyone. If you've got to do any Big Mother suggestions for next year, next Christmas show, we'll do them. No, I like that. That's my favourite message so far. Oliver just said no. Full stop. So you know you mean business. Which CDs are you giving away? Yeah, well,
I'll tell you what. Actually.
Oh, Miles went and got. Yeah, I won't ruin it. You're gonna love this. He's gonna come back with something classic.
So I've got 3 that I was going to give away on the live show, and we will still
do this. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they're still going to gather dust in my drawer, but we've got Naturally.
Yeah. Ian Moore, Naturally.
And look how faded it is as well. Look, seriously.
I can't believe you actually got a copy of it.
And look at him. He's taking himself so seriously.
Imagine how I must have felt doing those promo shoots. Like, I will never be working at the fish factory again because I'm just so professional.
Monday.
Yeah. No, maybe Tuesday. You got enough money.
Got this one.
Yeah.
The collected wartime speech, which I've got. Do you know any of the speeches from Churchill?
Yeah, that's in the.
What's your favourite
one? So my speech is Churchill.
What's your favourite?
Take blood, toil, sweat, and tears.
Yes. How did you know that?
Of course I know when Churchill's speeches. I mean, how do I know that?
Okay, I don't remember, Dad. That is Daisy's. I know that's one of her favourite quotes. Every man to his post. Give us the tools. Some chicken, some neck. That is actually a one. And the Iron Curtain. And then my last one. The last giveaway was.
Raise it up a bit. So put it when you put it to the screen. Tilt it upwards. So the bottom. No, the other way. Yeah,
Bank's
that's it.
Statement.
There you go. Bank statement. Oh my god.
There you go.
What is that on the front of it?
It's Tony Banks and
fighting them on the beaches.
Quite serious, yeah. Never forget, son. But yeah, those will sit in my drawer, gathering dust, and
I've got I want to share it with you. Let me see if
I'll tell you what. It was kind of touch and go whether they were even going to be fucking delivered to my house too.
Really?
Have you listened to them?
Why?
Linz, I don't even have a CD player. I wish I did. I don't even have a TV. So I'd love to listen to Naturally by Ian Moore.
Yeah.
For when I've done your
I've
Muppets
got
albums.
some mouse mats coming with with this on. If you can see, I don't know if you can see. I know you can't. It's not. Doesn't bloody work. Okay, so it'll be funner when it's revealed.
Quick question, Gary. Who would you rather celebrate Christmas with? It's Christmas Day. Imagine. Carl, Steve, and Ricky have offered you invites to their house. Who are you going to go with?
Years.
Imagine you're not on your own. That's not an option.
Do you know, I think probably as much as we criticise him these days, probably Ricky in a way.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so. It's a difficult one. Maybe Carl. But the Steve as well. You know, I don't want to just come down on the fence because it's like easy, but yeah.
I think Ricky actually would put on the best spread, and it would be the most. If you're looking for just indulgence, and
he's got enough bloody money.
Well, that's
we looked up Steve's net worth. It was 70 million quid.
I also don't think Carl's going to be that like exciting to go around his house as well because he's going to want to keep it really quiet, isn't he? And I actually
be in bed by 6 p.m.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd go to Carl, Steve, and last choice Ricky. Yeah, I get that. I'm probably not in the majority there. Never forget son. I like that. Ivan Dando. Jill Dando. Question for you guys. Can you name the actor or any of his 3 names roles within any of the shows? Shows are The Thick of It, Peep Show, The Office.
Someone that's been in all of them?
Not Ralph Ineson. No, I'm just thinking...
Ralph Littleton.
No, Ralph Ineson. I don't know, not Flo. Let's know. Yeah, you stumped us there. You win the Twix. Or we win the Twix from you, maybe.
Binary Soul says you'd have to take your own food to Steve's. That's true, actually.
Yeah, that's true. But Ricky is too annoying. I agree. I do find him annoying. But I'd just be fascinated to be...
Well, we do actually
have... I think we all would, really.
As we slide into our feature, which is Xfm in the community.
Oh, yeah, we're going to finish off now.
More feedback. And, but, yeah, the thoughts on Ricky being insufferable, as you say, Daisy, it's a subject that comes up perpetually in our podcast and the sort of things we talk about. And there is also a comment about that, and it's coming up. Okay. So firstly, can I just say thank you to everyone who shared their Spotify Wrapped top podcasts lists. Well, we were certainly up there or in the top 3, and bronze is good.
Yeah, bronze. I'd say
bronze is good. So thank you so much for everyone sharing those. Gary, on Twitter, last Stan Manding said, and you asked a question last show. You said, "What's all that about a tortoise washing?"
Yeah, what is that all about, tortoise washing? Please.
So, tortoise washing was referring to Blue Peter, who had a tortoise that lived for ages. All right, see you later. And looking into this, George the tortoise was the longest-serving pet on Blue Peter, having been on the show for 22 years. He caused a stir in 1988 when burglars broke into the garden and left his cage door open. They also had Maggie and Jim, and the tortoise double act appeared on 1979's Election Day. Blue Peter's viewers were then inspired to name them after the then leader of the opposition, Jim Callaghan, and Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. There you go.
I suppose to hear you just say the name Jim Callaghan kind of gives me pleasure. I don't know why, because you don't know idea who it is.
No, it is. Not interested.
Sweet. Just quickly. Yeah. Gareth, not for instruments, said Gareth Tunley, who plays Simon in The Office, Gog in Peep Show, and the journalist in The Thick of It. Yeah, I know.
Do you know what? I need to watch more of The Thick of It because I'm.
Oh, it's great, man. It's fantastic. Yeah. They have a swearing consultant. So they had the script done, and then they were like, "We give it to a swearing consultant to make it more sweary."
What party are they taking the piss out of?
They're not. None. They're not. They specifically never ever reference what the party is called specifically, but generally probably Conservative. But they're not taking the piss out of it. And that's what I said. Do you remember we were talking about this earlier? This was like the most boring thing you'll ever hear from us. But I was telling Miles that civil servants work for either party, and you don't just work for a certain party. You work whether government changes or not. So it's kind of, there's some civil servants there, there's people who work specifically for the party.
That was my favourite day, that was.
That's I even got the B-side of each party there.
So Lee Noble says on Twitter, I just discovered this page and I'm mind blown. I still remember downloading the entire back catalogue of the XFM/Ricky Gervais shows a good 10 to 12 years ago and still listen regularly. Ironically, I discovered this page today on Christmas Jumper Day, and he shared a picture of him in a Carl Pilkington-inspired, grumpy-looking Christmas jumper day.
Can you make your screen? Can you share your screen to show that? Or
I'm not going to do that, mate, because the bandwidth.
It didn't work with me.
We've got to bear in mind the bandwidth, mate.
Bear in mind the bandwidth, people. Bear in mind the bandwidth. We're going to have T-shirts with that on, emblazoned.
Okay, so
we've got a new subscriber. David Rayner subscribed. Thank you, David Rayner.
Thank you, David. Okay, this one is from Ellen Wright. Hi, just wanted to get in touch to say I've been listening for a while now since you took out the Richard Anson ep, and it's been great to see how much the show has improved, and I look forward to each
how shit it was at the beginning. That's what that's saying. I can't believe how shit it was, and you put it out anyway.
Keep up the good work, lads. P.S. As spoken about a few episodes ago, I agree with the person who emailed in to say that Carl says "hold cold," as in a plate will hold onto the cold.
No, old cold. Old cold. I honestly think it's old cold. I'm not even. It's not my hill to die on. I'll go to another hill to die. I'm probably.
Yeah, I'll be there watching.
So, I honestly don't. But I'm pretty sure it's old cold. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you're wrong. This is from.
Don't try and get that in and then move on. Because I hear
This is from Sam B910.
That's a good name.
Yeah,
no, and he left say the letters out because the name doesn't make
sense. And he says this is a review on Apple, and it says think of this as a tagline: a hard listen. Some podcasts are about absolutely nothing in particular, but are good to listen to because the hosts are so likable and engaging. This podcast is something so amazing to talk about, and yet the presenters are so unlikable and pretentious and makes you not want to listen. They spend more time having a go at Ricky than talking about the shows. Gary, can I ask, have you read Martin Amos's new novel?
Yeah, I love it. And the Telegraph, I go to different pages in the Telegraph.
Are you booking the National Opera tonight to see Tartuffe?
Oh, I was just going to book the National Opera, but yeah, I thought to look at for Proust tour.
Oh, Gary, I just thought about George Bush, right?
Oh, what did you think? Oh no, you're gonna ruin it now. Did you think about A Woman's Fanny?
Oh God.
No,
I still can't handle you saying words like that.
I know, I shouldn't. It's a great show. Old
What
Cold,
are you going to say
Silent
to Sam?
H. Yeah, Old Cold. Maybe Silent. I mean, I think he means Old Cold as well.
What have you got to say? What have you got to say to Sam? Come on, we want Sam, to get him on board.
Keep listening. Stay with it. You'll like it in the end. After the next, 3 years are up. So we've really finished. At least last episode. He definitely said hold. No, I think he said old. But binary soul. Don't be sorry, because I'm not a voice of reason here. I'm not like the voice of authority. It might be, but I just think he said old. Let's see Sam's little podcast. Yeah, Daisy, I want to see Sam's little podcast. Who is Sam? And why have I spent 5 minutes of my time? Why have I wasted 5 minutes of my life listening to you read his cretinous
Gary, can I get your thoughts on this, please? Because we do get a lot of criticism on.
No, we don't.
But criticism, fair criticism. I like getting criticism. It's good.
About politics. Mars. If you've ever had a call with Mars or following some criticism, you'll know he doesn't like it. Actually,
no, I do, because I think it's good. You've got to go through a rigorous QA process to make sure this show can be the best as it can. We want
you're not a project manager now.
We want this to be as good as it possibly can, Gary. I know you don't always agree, but let's be honest.
Of course. Oh yeah, as if. Oh no, I don't want it to be as good as it can. I want it to be slightly less good.
So anyway, now what I wanted you to say is jump to our defence and say that we are actually fair about Ricky.
We're very fair about Ricky. Yeah, we never say slag him off. Just like I say, just have a go at him.
I think there's a big thing about.
Do we have to do that? I'm just thinking. I can't think of ever we'd have. We're very balanced. We say good. I say good with bad. Very nuanced.
Well, I think you've got to bear in mind. We've loved Ricky. We love Ricky. We're never ever anti Ricky. It's just like
he's our hero. My hero.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love the.
And I say that. I make that clear each time. But I still will be realistic
as well.
There's some people are so slavishly dedicated, to him.
It's just. I think the thing is, it's just. I think the Afterlife fans are just so in love with him, and they just. I really don't. I just don't agree with this philosophy that you've got to like a celebrity and be in love with everything they do, because I just think that's so ridiculous. You've got to. There are some writers and directors and people that I really respect, and I will not just love them regardless.
No. Harry Hill's my favourite. Harry Hill, how much... But I criticised when we went to see his act. I kind of said it was great, fantastic, except this bit and this bit, I thought,
Yeah, but you've got to be balanced.
I don't like his film
because,
work.
But what is the point in just liking everything unreservedly? Because it's... But yeah, it's A, it's boring, and B, it's not true as well. And I'm sure Ricky probably looks back at his canon of work and he goes, I'm proud of that, I'm not so proud of that. The difference is for Ricky, and my problem with Ricky is he is whitewashing his oeuvre, and he's kind of omitting Steve and a lot of other people. He's then putting himself on a pedestal, which I can't stand by and say that I agree with that, because I just don't. I think it's really fucking rude, and especially when you watch those old clips, and particularly the Office preludes, they're fantastic, because Steve and Ricky are talking together, and they're friends, and you can tell they loved putting that show together. Now it's just completely changed, and again, it's no bad will towards anyone. It's just being
realistic.
Yeah,
realistic. Ricky, by the way, if you do want to come on, 079004486, and we'll just get, because we'll arrange that with your agent.
Yeah, but the thing is, would you genuinely?
That's
would
true,
you
Oliver.
listen?
And thanks to we do slag him off, but as I say, I think it's fair.
Yeah, Lynn says he's an easy target now, but I do go for it. Jufus, you do slag him off a bit, but I agree with your assessment of his recent output, so I don't mind.
I wouldn't say slag
his lack of acknowledgement with Steve when talking about The Office and extras really wants, and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And Lynn's as well, good comment. Yeah, when he tries too hard, it falls apart. And he tries too hard. It's like the irony's gone. So he's more like Brent now.
I mean, when I was reading someone left a review of the show, of his live show, and says it's not funny when the comedian laughs after every single joke. And I actually agree with that. There are some comedians, you listen to there's someone like Tommy Cooper, right, who's great at what he did. And the joke is about him, and Harry Hill, likewise. They laugh after their jokes, but it's not because
Harry Hill doesn't.
Yeah, but it's not about they find it funny, but it's but I think Ricky does it because he genuinely...
It's a persona. It's part of how he sees his
I don't believe that he actually finds it funny, what he's saying. Because I just think he's I've made a good point, so I'm going to laugh now. It's that sort of thing.
This is what you expect of me as an audience, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing.
That's what annoys me.
Yeah, it is. Good comment, anyway, whoever that is. But Sam, yeah, thanks, Sam. Anyway.
Cheers, Sam. 3 stars upwards next time, please.
2 stars downwards.
Jacob Wilkie says, "Hey, love your show. Defo my favourite after the XFM shows, of course. I've just got onto the episode about sleep paralysis. Now, I know this is something you spoke about, Gary, and you have actually responded to Jacob.
I did. I responded.
I think it's worthwhile talking about. But anyway, Jacob goes on. It's worse when you have it. When I'm fully paralysed and a demon slowly walks over to me and strangles me until I suffocate and wake up. This happens every time. Yet every time it happens, I still don't know what's going on. I do sympathise with you. It's the worst."
Yeah. That's terrible. But clomipramine, wonder drug. Try clomipramine, everyone. Anyone who gets sleep paralysis.
What is it, like crack or?
No, it's just I don't know what it is. Just a drug. It's not like Coke. You don't sniff it in a line. But yeah, that's really good for sleep paralysis. But yeah, it's horrific. But thank you. What's his name again? What is his name? The guy?
Jacob.
Oliver. Oh, Jacob. Yeah, thank you, Jacob, for that email. Appreciate it.
And the last one is from Alex Apati. Now, Alex gave us a really great email. Very, very, very great. It was a really nice read.
Very great. You sounded a bit drunk then, mate.
I'm not drunk. I'm all right.
No, you're not drunk, but you sounded.
It's a really nice email and a very complimentary towards us two.
Don't say that.
So thank you very much.
That's the bit you keep hidden.
What?
Wait, don't you? I don't know. Wait, hang on. Before you read it, I suspect Merchant is the real genius behind The Office. Merchant.
Speak up louder.
It's a very subtle, hot humour which comes out a lot in The Office. When Steve's not involved, Ricky's comedies have always been mediocre. Mars and I have said that. A very good comment, not Flo. We both think that. I think, Mars, I think it's fair to say that. Although I wouldn't say Steve is the genius behind The Office. Steve is very important to The Office. Ricky clearly has a lot to do with The Office. It's not like really it was all Steve. A lot of it was Ricky, particularly the humour, but he needs Steve there as well. And Lynn's agrees. It wouldn't have come to fruition without Steve, but still I think Ricky is a genius behind The Office. It's just that Steve was as well. Anyway, our last comment, Mars, you're just about to go
and this is from Alex. So I did ask Alex after he was very complimentary about us two and our relationship.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck's going on? Are you mental? That's what you
And we asked him to come to the live show, but obviously that hasn't happened in light of the recent COVID restrictions and us two trying to do the right thing. So, message to everyone, we will do a live show. If you are at all interested in coming to London and see us, we will definitely do it.
Probably March, we're thinking at the moment, isn't it? We'll probably March when the because we're going to have more restrictions. It's inevitable.
Exactly, I think so. Anyway, on to more positive things. I'd love to come, but I have my parents coming down to London to see me and my daughter. She's 12 weeks. Stuff. She's 12 weeks old. Not that you need to know my life story. So congratulations on your new baby. That's very sweet. Tell you what's funny about these radio shows, though. Just over 12 weeks ago, I was trying to get to sleep on a hospital floor. You've got a new floor. But my pregnant girlfriend in the early stages of labour, and I've got Ricky, Steve and Carl playing in the background.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm 27, young dad. What's funny is that I can remember listening to these same shows whilst doing in my paper round, age 14. Not the best job I've ever had. It's crazy how a 20-year-old Tin Pot radio show has survived the test of time and has literally played a part in many a person's life-changing moments. I've heard people on your podcast have met and married through the shows, so I'm absolutely sure people got through some pretty shite times too. And that's absolutely true. It's so funny. Well, like someone said, like linking audio to memory and like the significant life spots, and you being able to remember exactly. How great is it that you can go, oh, I remember I was there for. Imagine.
Like the further away something is from sight, the more it triggers a memory. Like smell is a very conceptual thing. It triggers memories. So, and hearing things more so than seeing. But that's lovely comment. Yeah.
He goes on to say, I don't know about you guys, but I try to live in a world where I don't know about you guys, but I try to live in a world where the Gervais of old still exists. Hence why these are my go-to things to listen to, along with your podcasts. When I'm cooking or cleaning or commuting or whatever, and The Office and Extras are my go-to shows for background noise. I watch his recent stuff not as a fan, but more in amazement on how someone has changed so much, especially given that he's in his late 30s during his Office at XFM days. I'm not saying people can't change and grow, but it's interesting to see how different he is now. Do you think fans of Afterlife would like the XFM shows?
That's a good question, because we think of it the other way around. Do XFM show fans like the Afterlife? But would the other way around? I don't think so, no.
I think they just wouldn't. I just think they wouldn't get it. I think you've got to. I think if you listen to The Office, if you listen to the XFM shows, like after just watching like The Office and Extras, and if you joined during that period, I feel like your perception of Gervais and the shows would be completely different than now. If you go of Afterlife, because he's such a different character. Like, I wonder if you would. He's actually quite apologetic and very self-aware during the XFM shows, whereas he's not like that now. Like, do you know what? I read something like the top TV moment in some poll was Gervais's character in Afterlife telling the ginger kid that he wouldn't fancy him as a P. I was like, are you fucking serious? That's the top in a year full of amazing television, and that was the best. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
that's such an easy thing to write. I'm not. Trust me, it's not easy to write a TV show, but it's the most obvious thing.
It's the most obvious thing.
It is easy.
And also,
okay,
he's saying he posted on. Oh god, I'm going back to Gervais fashion, but it's he put on Twitter like this was one of the first scenes I wrote on Afterlife. Now, doesn't that tell you something about the whole writing process of Afterlife? The fact that he retrofitted a sitcom from one fucking set piece. Like,
it's what he criticises Carl for. You come up with the title first. That's a classic thing that he would say to Carl. You come up with the title first, and that's what Ricky came up with. The title and the...
No, Ricky just went, wouldn't it be interesting to live in a world where a man says exactly... But listen, it'd be like, wouldn't it be interesting to live in a world where a man can say whatever he wants and gets away with it? What, like your career and your Twitter persona?
Yeah, but if it was good... I know, it's a difficult one. But it's very good.
I just think, come on, like, why wouldn't you... And then to go back, I live in Hampstead. Okay, so it's set in Hampstead. Oh, what about if it's occupied by all of these residents? Okay, cool, let's wheel in the same cast of everyone that we've always worked with forever. Yeah. Come on, like, how lazy is that? At least Steve literally starts from scratch and he goes.
But he did start in Bristol as well. He wrote for Bristol. Well,
it doesn't matter. He went back to his roots.
No, I'm just saying it's something to consider. You know.
Yeah, in an honest way, and he was like, go back to looking at what my parents did, which is really that's quite an interesting line of work, and you would want to write about that. Bristol, very underseen and underrepresented in He also wrote.
Whereas Hampstead isn't underrepresented, like London.
Not really.
It's
London. I'm not.
No, I'm not saying. I'm agreeing. I'm saying it's not underrepresented. Yeah. He didn't need to do it there. He could have done it in Slough or that's Office related.
Oh, but the whole thing is underpinned on this kind of sort of gritty social realism. Now, tell me the last time that fucking Daniel Blake was set in Hampstead. No, it wasn't. It was set. Up north, where people actually suffer from like social poverty and actual things. No one's suffering from like. I mean, I'm not saying people don't suffer from any kind of issues or mental health issues in Hampstead, regardless of your class or wherever you're from. But at least talk properly. Like Ken Loach actually understands this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Sean Meadows actually understands this stuff.
Carl Pilkington writes.
He doesn't. Well, exactly. But Carl Pilkington wrote Sick of It, and he actually does. Sean Meadows came out and said, I actually think Carl was actually a really good writer, and he engages with these issues of social justice, social change, and he would like to work with him. Now that is in vast contrast to someone like fucking Gervais, right?
Yeah, and Cry Now bits he puts in Lynn's, The fact you read two interviews from The Sun and The Mirror says it. Oh yeah, he does do that a lot. Unironically using Fix You as an emotional scene in Derek. Yeah, Derek, neither of us are fans of Derek, actually. Unforgivable.
I found Derek
I've just cringed all the way in my own body. I actually had forgotten that. Yeah, it is worse. No, I think Life's Too Short is probably the worst thing.
But
apart from the first episode.
It's the worst.
But first episode's good. Sick of It was amazing. I loved it. But
I think that's because I think Carl actually does have...
It's real.
It's real, and he does actually have experience and understanding about his subject matter, whereas I don't think Ricky does. And
no,
I don't know.
No, I agree.
You don't want to piss people off and say, I don't want to be the person to say, I'm just.
But this is what the people will watch this, and then they'll come back and say, oh look, you're criticising Ricky again.
But you do.
I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying. I'm not criticising you. I'm saying we should say this. I'm saying I'm fully in support of you. But I'm just saying that's what they'll say. Oh,
yeah. I don't know. It just winds me up because you think they're just better than that, and I don't want to see. I just don't want a piece. I just don't think it's fair to like exploit these things. I think if you are going to do them,
No, Binary, you didn't kill the conversation. Oh, that's because if you did at all, that's our fault. That's we can't think on our feet quick enough. No, we're pretty deficient. No, I'm joking. But well, I think that's a good, interesting point to kind of leave it on. Like, is there anything else you'd like to say? No. That really good point. I think you made it passionately. Usually, I make this point. You did well, and I agree with you. He doesn't have self-awareness that he used to have. I'd sum it up as saying that he doesn't not. But
I think there is something to say that because also, we do feed into that ideology as well, being that echo chamber of everyone's. Hates Ricky and stuff.
We're not an echo chamber.
I don't want to be that because Ricky is very welcome to come on the show, and we'd love to have him on. Yeah. But I don't know how we'd react. Like Christ. I mean, maybe. No,
we would. That's why I say out of everything, despite all the things we just talked about, I would probably like to go round Ricky's house on Christmas Day more than the others because I'd just be fascinated to see what he was really like without a TV camera on him because we never see him without a TV camera on him. I think I know what Steve would be like. I think I know what Carl would be like. I don't know what Ricky would be like. So it'd be fascinating.
It would be.
Flame is a mask that eats into the face. Flame is a mask.
I mean, that is a classic quote, isn't it?
Classic.
Brilliant. Gary, I was wondering. My last 2 points before we wrap this up. I want to ask: have you ever been to Santa's Grotto?
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a police investigation. There's still a police investigation going on about that. So the police are going over old leads to sort of see what happens there. See if I'm believable.
There was a funny news piece that I watched, and it was someone saying, "Hi." It was a newsreader interview on Santa. Someone dressed as Santa and said, "Hello, Santa. How's it been? Where have you come down from?" And the bloke said, "Oh, I just come down from York." We should have been a character.
That's why you did York as an option earlier, because that was in your head.
Probably, yeah. Also, I wondered, Gary, if we could end on a really nice thing, which was
I am what I am. Yes. It's like you're building to one.
No, we really are getting to the end of a night where we are doing drunken sing-alongs.
I am what I am. Yeah. Go on.
So in Radio 2, they asked Carl to do a religious sermon. Now, obviously, it's a season of Advent. It's not just Christmas. You're a Jew, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. What are you asking me to do? A sermon. A sermon.
I want you to do a sermon. Yeah.
This is bullshit. Jesus was not he wasn't a victim. So
You're sounding a bit like Ricky now.
The capital punishment works in some cases. I'm just going to say that. So, well, what else do you want to say?
Merry Christmas.
Uzziah, and Yentl. Go to Yentl, verse 2. That's my sermon. And then you'll see what to do. Well, that's my sermon. Okay, let's end with someone. If he ever did come on, please ban him from saying annoyed.
Anodyne.
What?
Anodyne.
Why couldn't I say? Usually I explain what it's you. Anodyne. Okay, I did not recognise that as the word anodyne. I thought it had an I in it. Yeah, we were. Yeah, probably if he does say anodyne, we'll probably just be like just drooling still because we'll be like so happy to have him on. So we'll let him. He can say whatever he wants if he comes on, but we'll try that to edit that out. Yeah, and thanks everyone for your comments. Yeah, we had about the same amount staying. There's a solid 10 of you who stayed for the whole thing.
Yeah, we're down to 9.
No, thank you so much for staying. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for your company for our Christmas extravaganza.
We'll try and do some Merry Christmas. Seriously, have a Merry Christmas. And if you want a Christmas special from us that's out on Christmas Day specifically, we'll do a Patreon special this year on Christmas Day.
Yeah, so do make sure that you do head to Patreon. Gary will put the link in again. You get at least one extra show a month, which is bloody good value for money, I might say.
Well, don't say that from a legal point of view. We might not. No, it might not always be one a month, but often it is.
You posted it again.
Yeah, I did post it. Yeah, I'm just if you want to join, you don't. Have... Thanks, Oliver. Thanks so much for your contributions. You're a very, very good contributor, and Lindsay, you were great as well, and Tuna and Ducker.
And I'm sure
thanks, Ducker. So Ducker. Yeah. So thank you so much. Much.
And we'll do another one of these again.
We will definitely. One. Maybe Christmas Day. Maybe we could do because we've basically got this streaming software for until Christmas Day. That's when it runs out. So we might do.
We'll do it again. Yeah, I might be a bit drunk. Yeah. Anyway, it's not important.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Bye.
See you. Bye then. Oh.